Today we're going to be making this very cute little wall decoration right behind me. It is a flower made out of old blue jeans. You can also put these on tons of different things. You make them any size you want. Put them on purses, blankets, anything you can think of, you can put this on it. So let's get started. What you're going to need is you're going to need some old blue jeans. I have tons of old clothes here all on my floor. And you're going to need a nice sharp pair of scissors. These are Conair hair scissors, and they work very, very good on fabric. You will need something to hold your flower petals together. These are just some ideas. This is what I use. These are they're just little 3D mounting, I think they're called mounting squares, but they're originally for scrapbooking stuff, so you can find them in the scrapbook section. Some other things that I thought you could use adhesive tabs. All the stuff came from scrapbooking, and you just pull and one pops out. It's sticky on one side and it's sticky on both sides. Permanent glue tape would also be something else that I think you could probably use. And then I have this two-way glue pen. It's all dried up and stuff, so it doesn't work anymore. But this would probably hold it together, but I use these. You will need some way to hang it to the wall. I have this Easy Tack stuff. I don't know where I got it. My grandparents gave it to me. But it's just like little putty that sticks to the wall, and this thing isn't focused very well. There we go. So that's what I use to put it on the wall with. Something for the middle of your flower. I have these brads right here, and they have the little blue rhinestones in the middle of them. Some pliers if you want to use the brads, and some kind of marker. I have a Sharpie. The final thing you will need is flower patterns. This is just one, but I'll grab some more of them. You can see that I have all different sizes in the same flower. And this isn't the same flower. There will be a video showing you how to print off these flowers in all different sizes right now. Now to print the patterns in different sizes, you can go down to the description and you can find the link to the website to where I got these patterns. You can see all of these right here, and to print them in different sizes, take and highlight them all, right click and hit print. Now what you see right here is you have all these different options right here of how big you want them. So you want to uncheck fit picture to frame, and the first one you want to print is you want to print a full page photo if you're doing a wall decoration. Now the next one you need to print is a 4x6, and that will have 2 of them on it, and you can preview the other sheets what they're going to look like. Then do a 5x7, do an 8x10, and then do a 3.5 by 5. And you click on the one that you want first and hit print. And then once you do that, you open this back up, and then you click on the next one, hit print, and make sure that this is unchecked right here, because if it's not, it'll do that. And that is how you can get them different sizes without having to sit and draw and guess. If you want to sit and draw them to make them your own, that is absolutely okay. But that is how I did mine. So after you print off your patterns, or you can draw them, whatever you decide to do, take and cut them out with your scissors. I have already cut all mine out, so I don't have to do that. Next you want to take your jeans. I've already cut a leg off. Take your jeans, and the easiest way to do this is to take, back this up, oops, and just cut the leg off. Once you have the leg, take and cut this at the bottom off. Okay, now you will have two seams. You will have this large seam, and flip it over and you'll have this small seam. We want to cut on the large seam. So, like this. Just take and cut as close to this large seam as you can. So now you should have all of this fabric. I recommend doing your larger flowers first. So I'm going to lay it like this. Now, if you have a really large one that won't fit, say this is the only size you have, this is the size you have, and it doesn't fit, which is why we didn't cut this small seam, because you would rather have this small seam on your flower than this really big seam right here. So you would take and put it as close to the edge as you could, and you would just have to use the seam unless you had some really big pants, which you can see right here. That is where a seam was, but overall you can barely tell unless you really look at it. So you want to take and trace your patterns. I'm sure anyone can probably figure out how to do this, but I'm going to show you just in case. Take your Sharpie, take your Sharpie or whatever you want to use. Now I'm just going to take and trace. Okay, so once you have your flower probably poorly drawn on your pants, take and cut. Now you want to take and cut out your flower. We can move this closer now. To make sure that you don't get any of your marker, I'm just going to say Sharpie because that's what I'm using, on your flower. Take and cut right on the inside of your Sharpie. Just like that. You want to cut the Sharpie off. So I have my flower cut out now, and we are going to now start the process of actually building the flower. I already had all the rest of my pieces cut out, so you can see many different sizes. There are two different ways you can make your flower. You can layer it like this, putting each of the petals in, putting the petals in between each other, kind of like this, which looks kind of cool. It will look different with every with all the different patterns, but the way I like to do it is I like to take and flip. I like to put them on the same way like this, and I like to flip-flop the colors. So this is what the fabric looks like. This is what blue jeans look like on the outside, and this is what they look like on the inside. And I like to take and just take and flip them like this, so that you get the nice little color effect. And don't worry about pieces that are sticking up like this. We will put them down. So this is what the flower is going to look like. So the first thing you want to do, take whatever you want to take your second largest one, this is your largest, this is our second largest one, and flip it over to the side that you don't want showing. So this is the side that it's going to be. This is the side that's going to be on this. So this is the side we want to put our stuff on. Your adhesive stuff or whatever you're using. I'm using these. So the reason I like these is that you place and place. So for the bigger flowers, for the second largest flower, I use 2. And these things are actually really, really sticky. So this is what it should look like. And if you're using these, I don't know what you're using, but most everything, it has to be sticky on both sides. These have a little film that you pull off. Now I have all of the film off of the little sticky things peeled off. Make sure you put these on the side that you don't want showing. And find the middle one. Stick it in the middle. Okay. So now it's all stuck on here. So I'm going to take one of these. I like that though, that nice deep blue color. It's pretty. I'm going to separate the brads. I know you're not supposed to cut metal with your scissors, but I'm doing it anyways. So just cut these little things off. And now take your pliers and press. So you see how so you can see how I just took and did that and flattened what was left down. Now you want to warm up a hot glue gun, something. I don't know if it's warm yet. Not really. Okay, take your brad, or whatever you're using, put a little bit of hot glue on there, and put it in the middle, just like that. And your flower is done. Now I'm going to put my easy tack stuff on the back of it so that I can attach it to my wall. This stuff is just like really sticky putty. Just take a little bit of it and I just put it on the petals. Okay, so there is the next one.